Hanlon's razor says, never attribute malice to what is more easily explained by stupidity.
I like that. I like
it's
that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, because I feel like I can 100% relate to that, because I feel like I've always been somebody who's like pretty defensive in my life. And
Sure.
when someone does something hurtful to me, I sort of think the worst of it. Like I have this like,
Absolutely.
they're out to get me type of perspective, but that has
Absolutely.
been changed for me lately. I've been trying to, not that like the way people, if they do harm to others, not that it's excusable, but it's not always personal. It's not always like everybody's going through their own, like I've hurt
100%.
people before. Everybody's going through their own journey, and everybody's human and everybody's messed up. Like we're all kind of like, we all have our own problems really. So I've been
100%.
trying to like apply that to my life myself, is like when people do something that hurts me, trying to understand that it's not, it could just be stupidity or like whatever issue they're going through.
Ignorance.
Yeah.
Ignorance. Yeah. They're distracted. They're not thinking. Right. So yeah, 100%, Andrea. So I think a lot of us can find some severe peace in that notion. Yeah. Cause I mean, and this, we can apply this to like the antidote to passive aggression, right? So passive aggression, we have two sides of this. We have this very passive side. I'm not going to get into my feelings. I'm not going to unpack them. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not going to bring them up. A lot of like discussing problems takes courage, right? And you have to sort of figure out a way to discuss it. And then on the other side, there's aggression, right? Where we're instantly accusatory, incendiary, like angry, presumptuous, fine. So somewhere in the middle is this beautiful sort of like a philosophically delicious middle ground, which is assertiveness, right? And this is where we can apply a lot of the philosophical razors to say, oh, I bet that person didn't quite mean it that way, but I'll ask them, oh, this person hurt me. Is there another reason that they could have done that? And then if we want to talk about our issues, we say, hey, I feel a type of way about this. You probably didn't mean to do this, but how do you feel about this? And then if the person wants to be assertive back, which you should assume they're going to be, they'll say, oh, I didn't mean to make you feel that way. I was just thinking about this, this, and this. And we go, sure, of course you were. Hanlon's razor, right? Not a, and
so
I'll substitute.
What do you personally do in situations where you do your part of being assertive and you really do a good job and you do your best, and you assume the other person is going to be it's going to be
toasty, right?
But they're aggressive back. How do you handle situations like that?
Well, cutie pie, do you know what they do? That does for me. That tells me you're probably not going to be a good friend of mine. I'll literally just be like, okay, this is somebody to keep at arm's length, right? Because if you're going to be, and I'm 37, right? Like in my social life, a reason why I would be comfortable talking about polyamory is because my social life is so lovely. I'm like, who wouldn't want to hear like how one could discover like this like peace and equilibrium in your social life? So like if you're somebody who's gonna act like, if that's like your MO, right? If you just like come out swinging, especially when people come up to you with this sort of like vulnerable courage and they say, hey, this made me feel this way, what do you think about that? If you like shit on that courage, can I curse? I'm sorry, should I not curse?
Oh yeah, no, you can say whatever you want. This is like,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, if you can't respect that in somebody, if you can't notice like, oh, this person is like trusting me that they can come to me and talk to me about something, your problem, that would tell me like you're not a great friend. Like I'm probably not going to jump on like being your buddy.
A lot of what you said resonated with me, because that had been a problem with me continuously for years, where I didn't know the middle ground of assertiveness. I would bottle up my feelings for years and years. And then the day that I was ready to say them, they would just boom. So I had to go to therapy to like work those issues out. And then one thing I found was that like when I finally was doing my part to be assertive, not everybody was assertive back. Like some people would do the blow up thing. And it was always really difficult for me to figure out how to handle that. Cause it's like
100%.
It's like, okay, I can't really necessarily fault them, because in the past I would blow up too. So I don't necessarily want to be judgmental towards these people, because we all have our problems. But at the same time, it's like, that's always been like an issue for me, figuring out when is the time to cut someone off versus
100%.
Versus give them the benefit of the doubt or some like patience.
Absolutely. You know? I totally, that's like my lifelong, like struggles in my 30s.